Hi, Voltman. Welcome back to the episode 2 of The Secret Diary of My Ex. If you are new here, my name is Ohemaa. I bring interesting stories. So if you like interesting stories, let's be friends. Don't forget to subscribe and then hit the bell button so that as soon as I drop a new video, you'll be the first person to be informed. Let's get right into today's stories. I'm dropping 2 stories today, so sit back and enjoy. Hello, Ohemaa. Please post this anonymously because I still can't believe I dated this girl. I swear she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, but also the dirtiest human being I've ever lived with. It's a story that still haunts me till today. We met at a friend's birthday party. Let's call her Sandra. She was stunning. I'm talking slim waist, smooth skin, face like a goddess, a smile like a model. Even the way she walked had presence. I couldn't take my eyes off her. And when we finally spoke, I found out she had this soft-spoken, seductive voice that made me feel like you are floating. She gave me her number. We started texting, and before long, we started dating. First few weeks were perfect. She was sweet, very affectionate, and let me tell you, the sex off the chat. I don't even know how to explain it. She was flexible, creative, and she would initiate it in the wildest places like in my car, the bathroom, staircases. I had never met a woman so freaky in my life. Everything was going on well until I started sleeping over at her place. The first time I slept over, I thought maybe she was just having a bad day. Her apartment was a mess. Dirty dishes were stacked in the sink and trash was full, overflowing. Actually, and it smelled like something had died in there. There were dirty panties and bras hanging on the door handles, makeup smeared across the bathroom sink, and used pads in the bin with no cover. I remember asking her, "Are you okay? Are you stressed or something?" And she laughed and said, "Oh, I've just been too lazy this week. I'll clean tomorrow." I believed her, gave her the benefit of the doubt, even offered to help, and I did clean the kitchen and the bathroom a bit that night. But the tomorrow never came. She didn't bath regularly. Sometimes she would stay 2 whole days without taking a shower. She would wake up, just brush a little, and come lie back in bed. But then she'll be all over me, kissing, cuddling, trying to initiate sex, and I'll be cringing inside because her breath was hot and sour. It smelled like old onions and sour milk. I had to start offering her gum and mints before initiating anything. I noticed that even the towels in her house had strange smell, like mildew. She only had 2 towels, one for herself and one for guests, and she rarely washed them. Once I asked her if I could hang my own towel, and she said, "Just hang it on the one over there, we will share." Hey, Ohemaa, I died inside. The worst part, her room, oh God, the smell when you walk into that room was like a mix of old sweat, dust and spoiled perfume, clothes everywhere, food wrappers under the bed. There was one time that I saw a half-eaten bowl of Indomie under the bed that had mold growing on it. I'm not exaggerating, but the craziest thing was this girl would still dress up and go out looking like a fashion queen. Full beat face, waist snatch, perfume sprayed. No one will know that she didn't even bath that day. I remember this one time, she was giving me head and halfway through, I had to stop her because her breath was just too much. I lied and said I wasn't in the mood. Another time we were about to have sex and I started smiling something off. I realized that she had a panty liner on that she had used from the day before. I started spending less time at her place and I made excuses to avoid sleeping over. She worked from home, so she didn't really have any business going out that much. But I had to go to hers, pretend to be tired, and leave after we had sex. I had to force her to take her bath most of the times before we had sex. She thought I was cheating, but the truth is I couldn't deal with how unhygienic she was, and I didn't know how to tell her without sounding like I was insulting her. I tried subtle hints, buying her body scrubs, nice towels, room sprays, toothbrushes, even hiring a cleaning lady once in a while and pretending it was a birthday gift. She never got the message. She was even proud of it. She said she didn't like the stress and that she preferred being natural and free. But what is natural about smelling like a dead goat? Ohemaa, the final straw was when I accidentally drank from a cup in her room that had a roach in it. I vomited right there in front of her. I told her I couldn't do it anymore. She cried, said I was judging her, said I never loved her. But love without hygiene is self-destruction. I left and never looked back, blocked her everywhere. She started messaging me saying she would change and bath more often, but I was already traumatized. People think it's always the guys that are dirty, but there are women out there whose beauty is only skin deep. I almost got an infection eating out a girl who hadn't bathed in 48 hours. Please, beauty without cleanliness is horror. I still have nightmares. Thank you for reading, Ohemaa. You can share this so people will learn. Just don't mention my name, I beg. Oh my God. Oh, I'm not judging, but come on. 48 hours without bathing as a female, not cleaning your room. Like, you become a mother, you're going to take care of your kids. How would you take care of your kids and your house, like your husband, your family? Anyway, what do you think about this story? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's move on right into the second story. Still grab onto your popcorns. Hi, Ohemaa. Please keep me anonymous. I've never shared this story publicly before, but I hope someone listening will learn from my mistake. So I met a guy in 2016. Let's call him Kwame. I was in my second year at the university, young and full of dreams. He was charming, older than me by 4 years, and had this way of making me feel like I was the only girl in the world. We started off as friends, but it didn't take long before things became romantic. He pursued me hard, buying me flowers, good morning texts, surprise campus visits. You know the drill. Every girl on my hall knew him, and honestly, I was proud to be his. In the beginning, he was everything I prayed for: supportive, romantic, attentive. But the first red flag came just 6 months in. I caught him flirting with one of my roommates. I confronted him, and he said it was just a banter. He even told me my insecurity would run our relationship. Like a fool in love, I let it slide. I didn't want to be the nagging girlfriend. But the flirting never stopped. It turned into late night calls, chats he would delete before I could see, and random girls laughing at my pictures on his phone like I was a joke. Each time I confronted him, he turned it around and made it my fault. He would cry, beg, and say he didn't want to lose me, and I'll fall for it every single time. Fast forward to our 3rd year of dating, I started getting close to one of my classmates. Let's call her Letitia. We became best friends, always hanging out. Kwame and Letitia became cool too, since I always had them around each other. What I didn't know was that the two of them were sleeping together behind my back. I only found out after she traveled to Cape Coast for her cousin's wedding and left her Facebook open on my laptop. I saw the messages. Shameless. I confronted her first. She denied it until I read out the messages word for word. She broke down crying and said she didn't know how to tell me. Kwame, on the other hand, claimed she seduced him and that he was drunk and it was a mistake. And guess what? I stayed. But it didn't end there. That same year, I started experiencing recurring yeast infections, and I thought it was UTI. I went to the doctor multiple times, took medicines, and avoided sex. One day, I got tested after a particular painful outbreak, and I found out I had herpes. I was devastated. My world had come crashing down. I felt dirty, betrayed, and ashamed. I hadn't been with anyone else. It was only one person that I could get this from, and it was Kwame. But when I confronted him, he had the audacity to say maybe he's from one of the toilet seats at school. The man had no remorse, none. Even with the diagnosis, he refused to get tested. He said, if I don't feel anything, I don't have anything. I should have left right then, but the trauma bonding was real. I was scared no one else would love me again. Scared of starting over with an STI, so I stayed. He started cheating even more openly, this time with two of my friends from church. He would text them things like, I wish you were here instead of here. When I found out, I lost it. I screamed, I cried, I even broke his phone. And do you know what he did? He blocked me for 3 weeks, ghosted me like I didn't matter. I tried to move on, but he found ways to crawl back into my life. He would call me from new numbers, send gifts to my hostel, get his friends to beg on his behalf. I'll resist, then break. It became a cycle. I was in a toxic loop and I didn't even know. In 2022, I finally broke free. It wasn't one thing. It was the accumulation, the disrespects, the cheating, the gaslighting, and health issues. I looked at myself in the mirror one day and didn't recognize the woman staring back. I had lost my confidence, my sparkle, my peace. So I blocked him on everything, changed my number, and started therapy. He tried to come back a few months ago, sent me a voice note crying that his current girlfriend left him and he realized I was the one. I didn't even respond. I left him on red for the first time ever, and I chose me. To anyone listening, especially the ladies, love should not come with shame, fear, or health risk. Pay attention to red flags. Don't let your loyalty become a death sentence. And if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, know that you can leave. You can start over. You are not what someone did to you. Thank you for sharing my story, and I hope this helps someone out there to choose peace over pain. Choose yourself again and again and again and again and again. I actually enjoyed today's stories. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share to your friends. So until I see you in the next secret from someone X's in the world, bye.